everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about. I want to talk about the advantage that Nvidia has against all of its competitors specifically in the gaming industry. I was a gamer. I played a lot of hours when I was younger, and right now I play sometimes every week, not more than a couple of hours every week. But I still follow a little bit the industry. So basically, the most important factor that I think that's not enough discussed about the current situation of the hardware industry in the gaming industry is that Nvidia and all of its competitors in the past they were competing on the hardware side. So basically, the most important, probably the most important factor was the how good was the card they were shipping on market, and so basically a lot of effort was spent on the design of the cards, and a lot of money was spent on the production process that most of the time was done outside of the company, at least for Nvidia. Basically, it was all the most important thing that Nvidia could do in that part of the process of developing a new card was to pay more to have the best production process. It was maybe TSMC, maybe Samsung. It depends on the kind of component, but that was basically all. There was a smaller part spent on the development of drivers. That was the software part, and that was basically all. The drivers were important, of course, but I don't know, probably way less than 50% of the overall importance of on the performance of the card, at least against compared with the competitors. Right now, this Nvidia especially, but probably all of the other companies that are developing cards are all became way more software company than they were in the past. That's because with the development of AI and the introduction of AI in the suites that these cards can leverage to expand their capabilities in the gaming sector, play a way important role, and so Nvidia started from a good position. They were probably the market leader before the advent of the first DLSS technology. They were the first mover advantage. They had the first mover advantage. They were the first mover, and they doubled down on this kind of it was revolutionary. They doubled down on this kind of technologies, and one of the best thing they did was to push for the industry side of the development of games in the adoption of this kind of technology, and this brought to a way easier return on investments on software, because this company now could pay more the best engineers, software engineers, and of course also hardware low-level software engineer and hardware engineer to improve this kind of technology, and then ship like this in matter of I don't know, days or weeks, new updates on the software that all of the cards already bought, so already used by players, can benefit from these updates. So not always new cards, but also older cards, and this is a process that reinforces itself, because if you are in the industry as a game developer, you decide to, you probably want to adopt all of these technologies. You want to support these technologies to make the game easier, way easier to support by the players. But if you don't have enough room to implement them all, you are probably going to support, to put your effort, you have to prioritize your effort, and you decide to, you probably decide to adopt the technology that is most used, that the most cars can benefit from, and also the technology that gives you the best performance at the end of the implementation. Of the best improvements. It's not just performance, also there are other metrics, and probably DLSS is one thing that you're going to support, and from the user perspective, it's way easier to decide to buy an Nvidia card, even if it's not the best card in terms of hardware spec, but you know that you can count on this technology, that this technology play a huge role in the overall experience, and also you know that your card, after you bought it, will improve over time, will get the new updates on these technologies, at least for a considerable amount of time. And we have seen this recently with the updates on DLSS and all the suite of new technologies that Nvidia decided to develop. And this is a huge advantage, because later, not later, the old way, the old experience from the user perspective was to buy a card, and then you already knew that all the new performance gains that you could have was probably in the first part of the time after you bought it, because drivers maybe could have been improved a little bit more, and that was basically all. Of course, new games, so new drivers update for the specific game, to support the specific game, to improve the performance on that game. But now you know that you buy a card, and as long as the hardware of that card could support a new model or a new set of technology, Nvidia will probably ship this technology to all the other cards, all the older cards, sorry. Of course, this is not just Nvidia. This is something that also AMD and maybe Intel could do. But of course now Nvidia starts with a way larger player base, and this, as I said before, reinforces their current position, and that's way different than the older experience, just the improvements with production during the design and process, production processes of these cards. That was basically all. This is very exciting from a user perspective, and probably also from the Nvidia perspective, because their software not just benefits everybody in the gaming industry, but also help them in way upper and probably more important for them, at least for them, sectors where they have higher margins, for the higher tier cards, where they have higher margin, and so they also probably want to sell this kind of cards, because when you have all of these engineers working on software, it's not just about the new model or the new DLSS, but outside of the gaming industry, you are using your own build tools, your own tools, internal tools, to develop new technology on your cards, so you can improve your own tools to help you improve more your own cards, and then you can share these tools with developer outside of Nvidia to improve their developing experience, not just in the gaming sector, but also in the AI research and industrial, maybe kind of applications of these GPUs and AI, generally speaking. So this is basically all I wanted to say. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next video. Bye.